Hey bike YouTube family, so welcome back to my channel. Super stoked to work on this Bridgestone MB1. I believe it's 1986, or it's from the year 1986. I'm not too sure. I've looked up the specs on here, and it's all stock. This is a super clean chain, rear cassette right here, absolutely beautiful. Chain, I believe, is original as well. It is a Izumi chain. Suntour XC comp pedals. I don't need to go into more details on those. It has two water bottle cage mounts. I don't know why they left just the top one, I guess for reach, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Original saddle, Seiya Royale, Suntour clamp. These tires aren't original to the bike. I believe they came with Ritchie's ZX. Trying to figure out if the wheel is true. Yeah, and it's actually extremely true. Yeah. So the wheels are true. I've taken it for a test drive already. So you can see here it spins. The one thing I do probably have to do is to readjust the brakes on the back. They are Suntour XC. They're not cantilever brakes, sorry, I'm like spacing out here. Yeah, I'll get the name right now. I'll put it up on the screen. So, anyways, a little bit of the history of this. I just picked this up. This is Bridgestone's first MB1 or MB line bike, I believe. There might have been earlier ones, but I'm not too sure. This thing has all Suntour components mixed with the Diacom brake levers. All this is stock. This is how it would have came from the factory. Nitto bars, Nitto stem. I'm gonna be going over a little bit of what to do with a bike that you got like this. That's, you know, just fresh off the market. Like I said, I have ridden it. I probably shouldn't have ridden it. You can see here. I don't know if you can see with the light. The tires are really cracked. They're still supple, but they're cracked. Like, you could just hear the drywall coming apart. It's super cool to have original tires, but at the same time, it's a little dangerous to be riding on them. These rims are beautiful. As you can see here, the paint hasn't even rubbed off from use. But it's interesting because like the bike has like nicks and, you know, things. I believe it's from like leaning on the side of walls and stuff for years, people walking past it. The gentleman that I got it from said that it was his brother's, and he pretty much babied this thing, but, you know, rode it accordingly. So, and I tend to believe that because there's wear where there should be wear, and there's some slight patina. A lot of this stuff is actually just paint from like paint splatter from like painting a garage or something. These are actual chips, but not too deep. There's paint splatter right there. I don't know if you can see it right there. There's some scuffs and stuff, but overall this is a really nice bike, and I feel like it'll clean up extremely well. So yeah, let's kind of get into my process, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't just yet.
Alrighty, yeah, so I know that this portion of the video is sped up, but a process that everyone should take when buying a used bike is to get it home and get it cleaned up, you know, after you made that purchase. The reason why is because you want to see what you're working with. You want to go in between like the lugs and just, or even if it's carbon, get a nice little brush like this. This is a really cheap, maybe $3 to $6 brush, because I got two of them at Walmart for $6. So, you know, it makes the world's difference. You know, when you buy a bike and then you see a crack or something that you didn't notice because there's dirt in there. And as you can see here, it makes it a little bit more presentable. The finishes. 10 out of 10 recommend. This should be one of your first steps into restoring a bike. Just get a nice little brush, wipe it down. One of my favorite steps on how to restore or restoring a old mountain bike or any old bike. So this is polishing compound. This is used for, you know, cars clear coats and just really like polishing to get rid of scuff, scratches, and even like stuff that's stuck on the paint of your car. In this case, mountain bikes of this era had really great paint jobs. So, you know, applying this polishing compound really makes this color pop. Just on the subject of bike color and, you know, bike paint and stuff, I don't recommend folks repaint bikes and stuff that, you know, obviously have like a good paint job or at least a decent one. In this case, you know, I put in a little bit of elbow grease and look, it's starting to shine a lot. So, you know, ask yourself a couple questions, you know, just saying, hey, you know, should I go buy polishing compound to see how this is going to turn out? Because I've run into a lot of bikes that have been repainted, but, you know, their original paint looked amazing, you know, but, you know, the effort wasn't put into there to make it shine again. So that's one thing I recommend to folks before they start, you know, thinking of, hey, you know, this bike would look good in this color, but, you know, you could buy a $4 bottle of polishing compound and poof, you have almost a brand new looking paint job. Yeah, this thing came out so good. As you can see here in the video where it says competition, it's just starting to shine immediately. So yeah, keep an eye out for that and make sure, you know, you make that right decision. Obviously, you could do whatever you want with your bike, but hey, you know, if you could save some history and a cool old school 80s paint job, do it. why you could see myself like holding it, or it's not a chain loop either. So that's why I'm like making sure that doesn't slide into the chain. experience with them, so I tend to avoid it. If I can move a brake pad out, or if I can get a rim trim, I'll do that. But in this case, this rim it's very close to dead on. There's just some slight bumping and stuff, and I'm not someone that trues. I know this is counterintuitive to being a bike mechanic, but I don't really true rims, and I know that sucks. I usually take them to my local bike shop. I don't have room for a truing stand, or even to make like a janky one. I know, I should know how to at least true stuff, which I do, but that's how decent this rim was. I didn't even want to start messing with it. So I probably moved that brake pad like half a millimeter out, just because I heard some scraping, not even anything. So yeah, if you could avoid readjusting and adjusting roller cams, I would. Just go ahead and move the brake pad out. It's not going to hurt the bike. And if it's a little bit more than just like you're hearing a slight rubbing, then I would look into A, getting your rim trim, B, adjusting the roller cams accordingly to the bike, and C, I would think about these wheels. So after consideration, I decided to just put rear grip. It's cheap. It's going to be much better shifting. This rear cable was really rusty. I saw it when I first started speaking right now, but it's pretty rusty and grimy, so I'm like, you know what, that's probably the culprit. These cables look really good on the inside. Take a look. I know my camera's a little facing a little lower there, so it's hard to see, but yeah, the insides are really nice. I think the exposed parts are exposed to the elements, these cables, and they're not stainless steel, they're the old steel cables. So they got rusty, and grime and stuff happened after them. Yeah, as you can see, my hands were that dirty. Yep, just from the cables. So yeah, that had to go. So putting in these fresh cables, and yeah, it's pretty easy to work with these sub-tour shifters. Really straightforward system. I like them. Honestly, And I know I don't typically show it, but I always put grease, just a little bit of grease. I use this Phil Woods grease in order to put it down on the threads of the frame right here of the bottle cage bolts, just so they don't rust in the future. Sometimes, like this frame, they're a part of the frame, like they're welded in there or something. I do it to the bottle cage bolts under it as well, but just to show you all again, put some sort of grease on those bolts and it'll save you some time and effort in the future. Alright, here's the finished bike. It looks amazing. This video does not do it justice. The shifters work great. Everything looks so good on it. I'm super excited to get on a quick test ride on this and maybe have this as a commuter. So it's an absolute pleasure to ride this bike, as you could hear in the video, or maybe if you could hear it, the shifters work great. This bike rides like a dream. If you like more videos like this, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. And I do have an Instagram channel, so go ahead and follow me for more content. Thanks a lot, and have a great one.